Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. We are going to go into my new deck of Virgo. Some people call it Kipper. I call it the Kippa. It's the Kippa deck, Virgo. Oh, a gift. Look at that. Maybe there's a special message for you in here that will be perceived as a gift. Or maybe there's something more. I also have tarot, old tarot, teeny tiny tarot, ready to go. So, and hopefully this reading will go good. There are now 2 large beds for animals in this room. And the cat's been in all of them. So, anyway. Okay, Virgo. I had to rearrange my life. You can see you can't see that table anymore because it's way over here now. Because I had to put another bed in the room. All right, Virgo. We're going to do a 6-card spread on my Kippa deck. We're going to see what's going on for you, what you need to know, what the message is. Who knows what it's about? That's going to see. Going to see. All right. 6 cards from the Kippa to get started, Virgo. Pathway. Expectation of marriage. Wow, that's an interesting pathway. But what's going on? The pathway of adjudication. Expectation. There is concern. Marriage thoughts. What is this? An interesting message. House, courthouse. Isn't that funny? House and courthouse. Huh. All right. Okay, there's a pathway here. It kind of feels like, all right. I'm going to say the pathway here is you towards some sort of a partnership. It looks like you towards some sort of a partnership. You have, either you have expectation about this or someone else does. I don't know, right? So I'm just reading these cards. I just want to see the energy of them. And of course, these cards all are really important in how they play together with each other. This is like she's looking expectantly at a path, right? She's looking expectantly at this pathway. But what sits under expectation is concern. So there's some sort of concern here associated with an approaching pathway. Now, if you have this concern, I kind of feel like maybe it is you having the concern. Adjudication sits under the pathway, right? So, but this seems like it leads into a marriage or somebody that you think about. Like a marriage could be many different forms of commitment that this could be coming in through. Now, this could be someone around you that you are concerned about. Maybe there's someone you know who's about to get married, or they're about to embark down that path, it seems like. But there's some sort of concern about this. This is almost like something that you expect, but there is a concern. I don't know what the concern is yet. Somebody's got some thoughts here. It looks like, to be honest, I mean, somebody's thinking about the feminine here. What is this? These almost look like they're 2 people. They're very similar, this feminine energy, and then what's depicted in this artwork in the background, which is really kind of intriguing. It's like there's a masculine energy that's got some thoughts here about the person who's expecting some sort of a pathway. But your back is turned on the marriage card. House and courthouse. Gosh, it just feels like somebody who's on the path to a marriage, or somebody who's on the path to meeting a partner that they would, I mean, it could be business partnership. It could be someone that you're just going to be, I feel like, I want to say like that you could be a long-term friends with for the rest of your life. But this is almost, I mean, maybe you do like a little blood brothers or blood sisters sort of union here with this. The thoughts about marriage. Someone has thoughts about marriage. Somebody's expecting a pathway here. Some of you even could be, like some of you could be with house and courthouse. Some of you could be trying to finalize something in the judicious system so that you could like have an opening for a marriage. It's a really unique reading. It's very specific, although I'm finding that with these Kippa decks. All right, you know, the other thing that comes in here is because we have a depiction of feminine and masculine, really kind of interesting how they're playing out here. Somebody's got a pathway here that they're looking at. And this, it's almost like, too, I want to say it could also even be somebody who maybe is in the middle of separating, in the middle of getting divorced, or you've already been through that. And right, because one of the unique things that I said about this card is that her back is turned on the marriage card. Some of you may have already been through, like, I feel like maybe a difficult marriage or a difficult separation or divorce, and your back is kind of turned on the idea of a union again. And if this isn't like specific, like personal relationships in that way, I mean, it could be business partnerships too, but there's something here that I feel like you're focused more on. Somebody is here, and I'm going to say, because the top cards to me feel more like they would be who I'm reading for. So I feel like that would be you, Virgo, that you're focused on a pathway here, but this pathway has your back turned on. Perhaps these might be opportunities in the future. And I feel like maybe they're closer to your future than maybe what you're even thinking or comprehending, because it's like right there. It's like right there at your back. And at the bottom, there's this, the concern energy that's coming through is depicted by the masculine. There's a masculine energy, I feel like, that is concerned about perhaps your expectations and thoughts about commitment. And right, you have house and courthouse. Some of you could have even had, the other message I'm getting here, your own parents may have gone through a difficult marriage or divorce. You know, it's funny, it's kind of bringing into my mind here, like a friend of mine who, oh God, they've been together for like almost 30 years. They've been together for almost 30 years, and she refuses to get married. And he's asked her a couple times. Actually, it's funny, he's a Virgo, but she's a Scorpio. And they've been together longer than many people that I know who've actually been married. So I mean, there's just could be some sort of different expectations that you might have, or feelings or areas of comfort compared to someone else. And I don't know if this is someone in your life right now or someone in the future. It feels more like it's someone approaching your future. Like this person has thoughts. They literally look like they're having thoughts about you, because this drawing looks just like the woman in the expectation card. You could be dating someone. Maybe you're dating somebody, Virgo, and you're kind of like closed off. I feel like, at least right now, to the idea of marriage, yeah, legal shit, like legal stuff. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Look at two. You know what's really interesting is this house looks dark and gloomy, doesn't it? I'm really looking at it compared to the courthouse. The courthouse looks like kind of bright and sunny, but this looks like a haunted house even. You know what it reminded me of? Just this house, actually. I just watched while I was sick on the couch, Netflixing. I watched The Watchers. Oh, I watched The Watchers. That shit's based on a true story. I'm like watching this going, this can't be. But it's kind of like that house. And now saying that too, it was the basis behind that story was, it's almost like this house was cursed, or someone was watching it, or there was something going on around this house. And if you entered this house, you bought this house, particularly it seemed like it drew people in that that had like feelings of greed and yeah, it was mostly like this house fed off of greed because it was just so elaborate and beautiful, everybody's wish, but it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. But what's really funny is that the courthouse is like, that looks like a storm clears. So you might even have some sort of association with contracts. They don't have to be marriage, but some sort of contracts. Almost seeing the sunnier, look at that. Look at the Queen of Wands and the Devil card. Because almost seeing the sunnier side of life is not being bound by particular contracts. Let's see what the tarot adds to this. You might even have, because this concerned person also looks like much older, you might even have like parents that are sort of on your case about, you know, Virgo, when are you going to settle down? When are you going to get married? But I mean, maybe you've even witnessed a sibling or somebody go through like the difficult side of relationship or contracts here. And it's a little bit like your back is turned on that. You're looking at a different pathway than I feel like what other people may be wanting for you. Or, yeah, or wanting with you. Pathway. Oh my God. The Devil. Adjudication. The Seven of Cups. Expectation. The Three of Pentacles, concern, the Five of Cups, marriage, the Queen of Pentacles, that is like, either way we're talking about it, marriage, business partnerships, that's her right there. Thoughts, the Knight of Wands. I love it when we get like layers for more messages coming in. We have the Knight of Cups at the bottom. Okay, they're getting more interesting here. This pathway, right, it's associated with the Devil. So it's associated with types of bondage. It could be associated with manipulation. It could be associated with things you find yourself connected to that are very difficult to release from. Right, looking at this pathway, but like an expectation here is like working together on something. How do you do that with the Devil? I don't know, Virgo. I'm not sure what the path is that you're looking at. I would be really careful about thinking that you can work together here nicely with the Devil. If there's somebody that you're, adjudication too, the Seven of Cups. I mean, this almost feels like a complete unknown. This is a real mystery, how things could unfold. Concern, the Five of Cups. There's this energy down here. And it's almost like, you know, maybe even your, I really feel like somebody's concerned that your past disappointments are, I don't want to say tainting, because tainted almost feels like something that shouldn't be there. But, you know, you still have to take the experiences that you have in life and be able to apply them in a practical sense. I still feel like there's a part of you here, though, that feels like you could work with the Devil. I don't know who this or what this Devil is. Somebody's concerned. I feel like they're almost like concerned about your past disappointments and how that's going to affect you moving forward. Somebody's got some real thoughts here about kind of like rushing in. I'm not really sure. I'm going to do Teeny Tiny Tarot to really clarify this energy a little bit more. But kind of like the Knight of Wands is... It's passionate and driven. But I don't know that it's clear thinking, and I don't know if it's kind of player energy, because I'm just going to be cautious with your reading in here in terms of trying to, like, you know, give you any kind of advice outside of what the cards are really, really clear about. There's a pathway that you're staring at with the devil. Your focus is on that, which is probably a good thing in some way. But you do have the Three of Pentacles here. Let's actually keep going. Let's look at, okay, you had the Knight of Cups at the bottom. We're going to keep going though. You have house and courthouse. You could be fighting over a house. You could be fighting over property. House, the Ace of Cups, courthouse, the High Priestess. Wow, this is something much. This is like a higher court. This is a much higher court. This is the court of karma over here. So now it feels like, okay, right? Because the adjudication, which is sort of where, it's just funny, like you would find that in the courthouse, right? The judge. But the Seven of Cups is all around it. The very first thing I'm going to say to you here in this lesson, perhaps, well, whenever you're working with the devil, there's always a lesson involved. I don't know what it is that is particularly that's either already happened in your life, but this looks more like I'm reading kind of like a present energy, something that you're going through or something that you will be going through. But I will tell you this, whatever the physical outcome is, it's different from the karmic outcome. If there's something here, like, because honestly, the Three of Pentacles looking at the pathway to the devil, I don't know how you figure you can negotiate with the devil, Virgo. And I know some of you are going to come in with your little smart-ass comments, go, I don't know. I'll tell you right now, if you got adjudication with the Seven of Cups, see, that's the part here that you can't control. But I'll tell you what you control over here. This is where you can put your smart-ass comment, is over here, is how you show up and how you exercise yourself in terms of your integrity and your moral belief system, not deviating that. Because I'll tell you right now, these cards right here are going to negotiate. And the negotiation process that will take place with this energy is to compromise you. Right? That's pretty much what's going to happen here. It's an attempt, at least, to do that. With the House and the Ace of Cups, and then the courthouse and the High Priestess, this is about emotions. This is about your, I want to say your emotional sovereignty. This is about your spirituality. This is about connecting to something higher. This really, God, it feels like the gates of spiritual justice and karmic energy, this underline. That is really what is at discussion here. That is the highest point to look at in something that you might be going through. Now what do you have at the bottom? The Five of Pentacles. There is always, always something that you will have to compromise yourself about. Have to compromise with the devil. And if you don't feel like you've had to compromise something in terms of, you know, it could be a belief system that you have about the three dimension. It could be a structure that you've built up in your own mind that you have to tear down. Like these are, like, that can be the compromise. Like you have to look at something here and you have to think about what it is that you're saving. Because this over here, this plays out for your lifetimes. This energy. This does not. This is very temporary in terms of the physical presence of it. And with the Five of Pentacles, there could be something that It could be like compromising. Like, even if this is a house, it's compromising on that, right? Like moving out of something, moving out of a situation, taking a loss, taking a financial loss in it. I'm not advising anybody to take a financial loss, but I am in this reading is really, really talking about, it could be physical wealth. It could be how you see yourself in physical wealth. It could be how you see yourself in types of security, like monetary security. You could even be going through something here where you might even have a parent or somebody who's older that thinks you should marry somebody for money or wealth, or they've tried to like raise you to kind of believe that. Because there's something playing out here, Virgo, and I feel like a choice or a decision, you're at a point of a pathway. This pathway is run by the devil. You will never get the right answer from this energy. You will be lied to. You will be shown illusions. And the Three of Pentacles, expectation. I would go into this expecting to be manipulated. You know what? This is a general reading. So, I mean, don't become a paranoid nut. But you typically cannot do the Three of Pentacles with the devil that is on a pathway that is run by adjudication, which is fulfilled already with lies and mysteries and unknowns. So be careful what pathway you take. Because this one over here, this is the courthouse of the universe. Like, this far surpasses the devil and the judge. This also has to do with like your own fertility in building and creating in lifetimes. That's a pretty big ass message coming in on this one for you, Virgo. Watch who you get into bed with. I'll say that too. Like a pathway with the devil and marriage in the Queen of Pentacles. Who you get into bed with can be very difficult to get out of bed with. Like, you're going to have to give up a part of yourself. But this is a part of yourself that is already kind of being shown that, you know, you need to break this down, because this is not taking you on the path to like your higher path, really. So let's see. The pathway with the devil. An expectation. It's almost like you expect to go to the pathway with the devil, right? But it's the Three of Pentacles. Four of Swords, Knight of Cups, the High Priestess. It's trying to heal something here. How you heal this? There ain't no pentacles here. Okay, there's no pentacles here. And we're getting to this High Priestess again, which is connected with this courthouse energy. You know, I don't know. I just think you should be really careful on this, just with my own experience in life. And even just sort of like, I feel like I'm pulling in a bit of your own Akashic energy record here that you should be able to even download and look at. Because even through the history of mankind, love does not conquer everything. And an open heart can easily be taken advantage of in this energy. Expectation in the Three of Pentacles. The Star. I don't know if you think you can heal somebody. That's not your job. That is not your job to think that you can heal somebody. Adjudication in the Seven of Cups. Queen of Pentacles into the Queen of Wands. What is sitting back over here, like behind her back, is marriage and the Queen of Pentacles. This could be definitely something that this could be like a business arrangement that you find yourself tied into as well, and it's not allowing you to be more free and expressive as you would like to. It could be a marriage, that card is here, and it not allowing you to be as free and expressive as you really truly naturally are. So let's look at the marriage and the Queen of Pentacles card. Holy crap, you got the Devil and the Sun. I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know, Virgo. I feel like you're either in bed with something that's not the best energy, or you could be in the process of getting into bed with something that is not the best energy. You're bookended on either side here with the Devil. And it kind of looks like you think that you can heal this, or you can heal this person. You can turn the Devil into the Sun. Maybe. I don't know. You might be, okay, another way that I'm also seeing this energy is you could be dealing with someone who's been through bad relationships, bad partnerships, business, marriage, whatever that is. And you could be looking at it with the concern that, wow, has this tainted this person's ideas about partnerships and commitments to one another? And then you might be feeling like, oh, I can change this. I can change this perspective. This is like really looking like trying to change a perspective here. Look, it doesn't have to be toxic and manipulative and controlling. It can be like everything you wanted it to be. Maybe it can. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just looking at this energy in an instance in time here. But I really feel like there should be some realistic expectations. The concern of Five of Cups. The concern, Five of Cups. The Tower. The Ten of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Look at this. This is literally like who goes with the Queen of Pentacles but the King of Pentacles. This is literally like having to break things down in life and the burden that you carry. This really does look like somebody's had some problems here with partnerships, and that they have turned into things that have needed to be broken down, and that I want to say with the Ten of Wands coming in after the Tower is that whoever this is in this reading, that I feel like has tainted's not the right word, an influenced perspective on partnership with other people in life, that person perhaps has to break it down, or it's broken down around them and they are left carrying the burdens in everything, right? Thoughts, the Knight of Wands. This also feels like thoughts that run away with someone with the Knight of Wands. Thoughts and the Knight of Wands. The Seven of Cups, well, that's really interesting because the Seven of Cups is related to the adjudication. You have the Chariot, the Six of Wands, and the Page of Swords. I don't know if this is like a parent, or is somebody that you're dating, or maybe the energy is flipped and you're you feel like you would like to commit to somebody in some manner here, but you're just really worried about this person's feelings about commitment. But there's racing thoughts here about perhaps justice and what this justice may or may not be. But it's almost like I feel like somebody is concerned about an outcome for you or an outcome in your life. It could be a father or a mother. It could be, it does seem masculine though. So then you have, right, the house and the Ace of Cups. That is the underline here, the house and the Ace of Cups. And now this is where we feel like spiritual justice. The Two of Swords and the Empress. Wow. You have the Empress and the High Priestess here. These are really powerful, like feminine energies. You could even be having debates in your own mind about, you know, how to grow abundance and how to create abundance. There's really an expectation about wanting to work together to transform the devil. The Courthouse and the High Priestess. You have the Ace of Cups again. Ace of Cups. The Ten of Swords. I mean, the Ten of Swords really just feels like, you know, like an ego breakdown. Like a part of you that has been built up that needs to come down, right? The Tower. The devil, the compromise with the devil. So, well, actually, it's more interesting. Like one of the things I've been talking with one of my closer friends with, and she's kind of going through a difficult time right now in life with trying to change career and everything. And just talking about, you know, when you meet obstacles along your path, you continuously get detoured. Instead of looking at it in terms of, why is the universe against me? You know, because with the High Priestess here in the Courthouse, is the universe not against you? It's look at that in terms of how far off my path have I come that I need to keep getting redirected. And then look at like being redirected onto the path that you're really meant to be on here. So it's like finding yourself off of the path. This does not seem like a great path with the devil. And perhaps there are certain pathways too that are being associated with that's always fraught with the devil. But I do feel like though that there's something here that needs to break down. Your intuition is guiding you. Your intuition could even be guiding you in a way that will eventually also break down. And there's something more three-dimensional here that you were built based on positive, higher frequency karmic energy. She's the Nine of Swords at the bottom. Thinking, really, really thinking. Hearing that, thinking, really, really thinking. That's such an interesting reading, Virgo. Really quite an interesting reading. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm just going to continue to pull cards and see what the Kipper and another tarot deck want to talk to you about in this reading. Thank you so much, Virgo. Do be careful when you get into bed with, my dear. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.